Arkansas farmers are taking their own lives because of what's happening to their farms because of Trump's policies. And it's only going to get worse for farmers because this is all laid out in Project 2025. So in Project 2025, the plan is to roll back all of the protections that farmers currently have access to. Basically, there's different programs. There's insurance, crop insurance. There's these commodities programs. And most of these are either subsidized or paid for by the government. So farmers, if a small farm gets hit with, a weather disaster or something else happens where they can't profit off their crop like they usually do, they're backed up. They're safe. They can, float for another year because of these programs. They want to get rid of these programs. They want to take the burden of these programs off the government and put it back onto the farmers, meaning these small farms get hit with one disaster. They're done. Guess who won't be done, though, if they get hit with one disaster? Giant mega corporations, these huge corporate farms that have all the capital they need to float if they get hit with a disaster. They're not going to go under. What they're going to do is buy up all these little farms and consolidate them into these giant mega farms. That's what the plan is. And I know it's easy to be like, oh, farmers, they voted for this is what they get, but this isn't good for any of us if this happens. I know like the FAFO is delightful, but it isn't good for any of us. And it's scary. Like, these are the people that feed us, that provide our food, and we need them. And it's horrifying to see what they're trying to do to them.
All of us farmers have officially fucked around, and we have officially found the fuck out now, guys. I am on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my help fled. My help, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field. It is January and I'm in Kansas, and this is when carrot harvest goes in Kansas. This field should be full of workers, but all my workers left. And who the do you think is to blame for that? Every single one of them left. Now I have to by myself try to fill that truck with a load of carrots in one day, and I can't do that, guys. I have to get these carrots to market by next week, or my contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I will get kicked out of that contract, and I will get sued by the Planters Loves Carrots Company.
Now, I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
You said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see the fruit of your love. 5 of my customers have committed.
That's how serious that this is.
And what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now.
I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm.
After a horrible year last year where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
We made a decision to go out this year in the spring. So my son will not be the 7th generation on our farm.
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here. It's everywhere.
Hello guys, thank you for choosing this video here today. On today's episode, we are going to focus on Maga, Arkansas farmers, where some of them are losing their farms while others are taking their own lives because of Trump's policies and ideologies. I keep on telling you, Trump is there not to take care of American citizens. He's only there to take care of his pockets and his billion-dollar dynasty. He wants people to lose their farms and lands so that he can offer his billion-dollar friends this piece of lands. Most of Arkansas farmers are generational farmers, which means their farming technique has been passed from generation to generation. Now that Trump policies and ideologies do not rhyme with those farmers who voted in for Trump, now they're busy holding conferences. Some of them are taking their own lives through suicide to cut off the pressure they are feeling. Farm equipments are getting expensive, and the cost of labor is becoming scarce because of ICE agents. You remember the manner in which ICE were deporting illegal immigrants, the lawfully law-abiding immigrants, the Latin community, the Hispanic community, of who they were the major contributors of labor in these farms. The following videos is a reflection of what we're discussing here today. Watch this show coverage till the end so that we can be on the same page. Watch how Maga Arkansas farmers are struggling. With the first videos we have just watched, you can clearly get to see and understand how these circumstances come into place. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe icon below for more topics like the one we're discussing here right now, Maga updates, Trump news, and hot trending news regarding Black American perspective and White American perspective. Let's watch.
So the people who say no handouts just lined up for a handout. Now tell me why Farmers in Arkansas are standing outside with their hands out again, begging Uncle Sam for money. See, when it's regular people struggling, rent too high, groceries too ridiculous, can't afford health care, the answer is always from these people: stop complaining, stop asking for handouts, and pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Farmers in Arkansas are crying out to the feds for stimulus money like it's open mic night. And look, I get it, because times are hard everywhere. When you plant your crops, raise your cattle, take on the risks of farming, wasn't that a personal business decision? So why is it on me and you to make sure that that decision keeps paying out? Because see, when you and I make bad decisions, government doesn't cut us a check to make it right for us. Now, let's connect the dots here a little bit. These are the same people voting for the same politicians who say government is the problem. Yet as soon as the tractors stop running and their profits dry up, government magically turns into a solution for them. Ain't that funny and ironic? The question is, do we owe farmers any help? Or do they need to practice what they preach? Figure it out. Tighten that belt. Leave taxpayers out of it. Because last I checked, it's really not our problem to fix somebody else's gamble.
Another day, another group of Maga supporters are regretting their vote for Donald Trump. In Arkansas, a group of farmers held a town hall to discuss their grievances under the current administration's policies and how it's impacting them. What most amazes me about MAGA is their inability to actually know any of the policies, be educated on what they're voting for, and taking everything that Donald Trump, a known liar, says at face value. The fact that you heard all the pushback and grievances from people who look like me and you said, no, I'm white, this is going to be for white people, white jobs, white farmers, and in fact, Trump is crippling the economy and you're feeling it. So I don't think your prayers and praying together and pleading to Trump is going to change the scenario you're in, because this government caters to oligarchs and those at the top, not you and your farm. And now you're hemorrhaging because you don't have the workers, because ICE is capturing them, and then you also can't produce on your farm because you don't have subsidies anymore. Another day in Trump's America.
Arkansas farmers, this is for you. If you don't want to lose your daddies and your granddaddy's farms, then you better pressure your legislators to impeach Trump, because they're going to let your farms foreclose, and then Trump and J.D. Vance and their greedy corporate private equity buddies are going to swoop up your long-standing family farms for pennies on the dollar and sell them to the highest bidder, probably in a foreign country. Way to go, America. We can do this. We can do better. You can do better. But it takes Republicans to pressure the Republicans to save us. That's you too.
POV hot takes, man. Farmers in Arkansas are struggling, boy. They got it bad. Just like Usher. You got it bad. They struggling. They had a whole meeting with a bunch of farmers from all across state Arkansas, and they all were going through the same thing. They are struggling, y'all. They can't find nobody to work on these farms. The equipment cost is too high, and their beans and stuff like that can't compete on international markets. They're too expensive. So they're asking this one lady, and she was like, when I first started, it cost $20,000 to buy equipment. Now it's over $100,000. Another guy said that, now to sell the soybeans in the open market now, it's actually more expensive when you add the tariffs on top of it. Whoa. Say tariffs? Did someone say tariffs? No, we're not ready for that. But when you add the tariffs on top of that, they're actually more expensive than soybeans from Brazil and China. Hold up. But didn't somebody tell y'all that was going to happen? But didn't Donnie tell y'all that he was going to do that? And y'all still listen to him? In fact, didn't he do that to y'all in the first term? He put tariffs on your stuff and damn near bankrupted all y'all? And y'all still went down his path? Boy, y'all hard-headed. Y'all real hard-headed. Y'all don't listen good. Y'all hard-headed. And now you're asking for help. Now, one guy said, look, the only way we can rectify this, if the government writes us a check. Whoa! Say what? Are you asking for a handout? Are you asking for welfare? Ain't that... I believe that they might call that socialism. You want my tax dollars to help you on something you caused? Nah, man.
Yo, in today's episode of As the White Hood Turns. So we've all heard that the job numbers came in, right? And only 22,000 jobs were added. And we all know Syphilitic Sid has said that maybe there won't be any numbers for at least 2, maybe 3 years until we can, get the numbers right. Whatever that means. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Did y'all see them farmers in Arkansas who are now begging Syphilitic Sid to help them? They are asking for a bailout. And I don't understand if they don't understand that a bailout is basically welfare for farmers. Now, mind you, I got no issues with farmers, right? Because without them, we wouldn't have, cabbages, broccoli, whatever, vegetables, right? Right, green beans, vegetables, tomatoes, whatever. But the fact that these people all voted overwhelmingly for Syphilitic Sid, now they're asking him to bail them out. And you know what he said? We're going to have to see how it goes. Because, there are more important issues. Like that $200 million ballroom. And that plane, apparently, that they still are trying to figure out what to do with that and how to renovate it, So, one man even said that his farm has been in his family for 3 generations. And he will not be able to leave his farm to his kids. Because if they don't get help, and soon, they're not going to have a farm. I want to feel bad. I promise you I do. And I do. But damn it, this is what you voted for. So I kind of got to be like, yay, for you. Maybe not for your kids who ain't going to inherit no farm. But there's plenty of kids ain't inheriting nothing. That was uncalled for. But you know what I'm saying. Okay, bye.
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have 2 candidates where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole list of she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy, and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways? And I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food.
Listen to me. Racism is the poison in Arkansas soil. That's right, racism. Last week, hundreds of Arkansas farmers stood in a room and broke down in prayer in front of their elected officials. They weren't praying for rain, guys. They weren't praying for sunshine. They weren't even praying for a bumper crop. They were praying because their farms, their family land, their way of life is collapsing under tariffs and trade wars. And here's the truth. Those tariffs, that trade war, that whole playbook was born out of racism. Farmers were told the story that punishing foreigners would make America strong again. They were told to clap when leaders wagged their finger at China, Mexico, or whoever else they decided was the villain of the week. They were told it was patriotism, but really it was racism dressed up in red, white, and blue, and farmers bought it. They cheered it. They co-signed it. And now they are the ones paying the bill. Look at soybeans. Without tariffs, U.S. beans leaving New Orleans are cheaper than Brazil. But with tariffs, suddenly Brazil is winning. And who did that? Not God, not nature, not fate, your own leaders waving a racist flag and calling it strength. And the farmers who clapped for it are now on their knees begging for help. This isn't the first time. History is packed with proof that racism bankrupts the very people it fuels. Jim Crow didn't just brutalize black citizens. It strangled the Southern economy for generations. Segregation didn't just rob black kids of opportunity. It robbed the entire South of progress, creativity, and prosperity. The Chinese Exclusion Act of the 1880s, it cut off immigrant labor that helped build America, leaving industries starved. Japanese internment during World War II, well, that destroyed businesses, farms, and families, and the whole economy bore the cost. Every single time America lets racism drive policy, the poison spreads. It never just hits the target. It always circles back. And now here we are again. Farmers in Arkansas prayed out loud last week because they're broke. And they know it. And some of them voted for this mess. Some of them cheered when the tariffs went into place because they thought it would put others in their place. But you can't hate and expect to harvest prosperity. You cannot poison your neighbor's well without eventually drinking from it yourself. So let's call this what it is. Racism is the poison in your soil. It's why your crops can't compete. It's why your barns are empty. It's why you bowed your head in front of men in suits who don't care about you at all beyond your vote. Racism doesn't just starve the people you think are your enemies. It starves you. Arkansas, this is your wake-up call. You can pray all you want, but you have to face the truth. Nothing changes unless you do. Racism isn't strength, it's weakness. It's not power, it's poison. It's killing your farms, your family, and your future. Please wake up.
How many of you came across that video where Trump was saying that he is planning to run for another presidential term? It will be possible if he decides to change the laws and his constitution. Trump is a greedy president. His term is up, but he is busy looking up to the next general elections. He's supposed to take care of American citizens. He's supposed to take care of his Arkansas Maga farmers, those people who voted in for him. But it seems like it is the other way around. Once Trump gets the seat, all his followers, all his voters are behind his back. He doesn't care about you. He only cares about his billion-dollar dynasty. He cares about his billion-dollar friends. Trump is a billionaire. The circle in which Trump walks in is made up of billionaires. This is a greedy president. He doesn't care about you. Remember, MAGA voters voted in for Trump so that they can hurt black Americans. It is the other way around. Have you seen a black American complaining about the current situation in America? No, it is only white Americans. It is only MAGA voters and supporters. They are furious. They are in a panic mode because United States of America is broke. Trump is finishing United States of America treasury. It was a nice session engaging with you, and please and kindly, if you find this video educative or value of essence and it has added more educational purposes unto you, kindly hit the subscribe icon below, and I continue championing for the rights of black Americans in a white supremacist world. When black immigrants, when black Americans tell you about something, listen to them. They want the Hispanic community, they want the MAGA voters not to vote in for Trump, but it fell on deaf ears. They went further and voted in for Trump. Now that Trump is comfortable on his seat, going to major wars, attacking countries without even planning, without a proper plan, the American citizens are the people who are suffering. Gas prices are high. Groceries are becoming more expensive because these farms in Arkansas produce soybeans. Some of them produce carrots. But the manner in which they cannot get enough labor force to take the produce from these farms. It is the reason why groceries is becoming expensive. Food prices are high. Americans are complaining. It is not like it is the best of interest, but it is because Trump's administration policies do not trim those of American citizens. When you vote in for a leader, a president, the senators, the person who takes care of your community, and the leader you voted in doesn't care about you, all of you will feel the wrath of the false administration. Always remember this, the midterm elections are around the corner. If you have two groups, we have the first group which involves Kamala Harris and the second group which involves Donald J. Trump. Which between the two groups will you go for? Is it a group where Kamala Harris has policies that will deliver America to the next level, and the other side of which Trump, where he is sitting in power, not looking up to your interest, not looking into how to make America great again? Let me know. Let us know in the comment section below. And it is a warning to you people. Always follow what Black Americans tell you. Follow what American citizens, the lawfully law-abiding, tell you. It is not like majority of white Americans support Trump. It is only a slight number, and they are the ones who are busy coming here and complaining. We are not criticizing Maga and Kansas farmers. It is only an episode to showcase to them that they did the wrong thing, and now that karma is catching up with them, they are in the find out phase of FAFO. And they are the only ones who can save themselves from this mess they got themselves into, taking Trump out of power. Majority of people are siding with the fact that they want to impeach Donald J. Trump. But Trump will not let this seat go without a struggle. He wants the money, he wants the oil, he wants countries, he wants to attack and bomb countries so that he can be a supreme leader. He wants to overtake majority of billionaires around this wonderful planet. He is already a billionaire. His true friend Elon Musk is a trillionaire by now. Trump wants to reach the level of Elon Musk, but it will not be possible. Elon Musk is on another level. Thank you for watching, family, and on the next episode, I'll continue showcasing to you what Maga farmers, what Maga voters and supporters are going through, how they are furious, how they are complaining about the current situation in America. God bless you and goodbye.